Hi, I'm Gail Stockton, and I'm going to ask you a question. Do you feel like you're walking around with the weight of the world on your shoulders? If you do, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it might mean that you have the strength of empathy and that you can really identify and get in touch with the feelings and the thoughts of other people. It's a great strength to have. Perhaps you have the strength of being strategic. And in that case, you can cut through chaos and get right to the destination. You can get the course of a project handled. You can cut through issues in your personal life and just get right down to the answer that you need. Or you might have one of three different people skills. The first being that of a relator, someone who forges very deep relationships and really has a close-knit group of friends, maybe 10 to 12. The opposite of being a relator is someone who has woo, and that's someone who likes to forge a lot of relationships, has a lot of friends, knows a lot of people, and enjoys getting to know a lot of people. Might not know a lot about them, but if you need to know who's connected to someone, you would go to someone who has woo. Or possibly the third is that of communication. That skill is kind of like right in the middle between the introvert and the extrovert. And someone who can be very extroverted when they're in a large group of people, or when they're giving presentations one to many. It can seem like a very extroverted individual, but in reality they might be really very quiet and somewhat to themselves if they were at a cocktail party. So that's an example of 5 different strengths that you might have. There are 34 like that are characterized into different groups with different names attached to them. And as a strength coach, the best investment that you can make in yourself is finding out what your core top 5 strengths are, so that you can bring them to the table and you can be your most powerful self and you can feel your strongest and most alive and engaged self at the table. So how do you do that? Underneath this video is a link to Amazon that will allow you to buy a book called StrengthsFinders 2.0 by Tom Rath. If you prefer, you can get it at a bookstore, but it'll cost you a little bit more. But what you want is a new book, because what you're really purchasing is the computer code that's in it that will allow you to take the StrengthsFinders assessment developed by Gallup. And in it, you will basically be told what your top 5 strengths out of 34 possibilities are. It's really interesting, it's really exciting, and it's the best thing that you can do for yourself, because what matters most is how you see yourself. And I would highly recommend that you see yourself from your positive side. What are your strengths? What makes you special in the world? And what do you bring to the table whenever you arrive? So take care. See you soon.